Yay.
Ready to listen?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Financing the easy way. 12ignoremyscore.com. Get started today. Auto financing the easy way.
The following is a paid program. Views and claims expressed are those of the program producer and are not endorsed by this station. Opinions expressed are not necessarily those of radio station KMET, its management, employees, or affiliates.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET, 1490 AM. Glad to have each and every one of you with us. On today's show, we got lots to talk about, including the National Day of Sorts. Got Mr. Jesse Sanchez over there. Good morning, Jesse.
Good morning. I'm curious what national day it is today.
Well, you got actually one of several. So you got plenty to choose from. National Doctor's Day, National Pencil Day, National Take a Walk in the Park Day, National I Am in Control Day, National Turkey Neck Soup Day. Sounds disgusting. I can never tell you that right now. National Virtual Vacation Day. Which of these will you celebrate today?
Did you say Turkey Neck Soup Day?
I did. I don't know that I want to go there just yet. It's a little too early in the morning to go there. I'm just saying.
Let's go with that last one.
Man, if you were gonna say that one, I was really gonna have to
Let's go with virtual vacation.
You ever have days where you wake up on the wrong side of the world and you go, wait a minute, what's going on? It's like that. Let's see. Virtual vacations do not require money, packing, or transcontinental flights. No, all you need to achieve a virtual vacation is maybe your virtual VR headset. Yes, or a VR app. If you could dream it, you can achieve a virtual vacation. Enjoy an exciting African safari, hike across the exotic Amazon rainforest, hit the beach in Bali, or join in the festivities at Mardi Gras. Explore a space vacation if you dare. There's some cool VR tours that you can actually check out, including this Edge of Space. This is kind of cool. They got some that you could do, which is on YouTube. You could just get the goggles and the glasses. They've got in Venice. They've got a London City guided tour. They've got the museum, the Louvre, I believe is how it's said. The Ireland, you can tour Ireland in immersive. You could do Switzerland and many more. All on YouTube. All you have to do is type in YouTube VR, and it might be a good way to take some time with you and maybe your loved ones to be able to say, hey, you know what? Why don't we take a little virtual trip? Also, let's see. There's another one called terracetalkstravel.com, a pretty cool website where, again, this person evidently talks travel and gives you a lot of stuff to think about, including the world's biggest hotel, which is actually looking like something that out of a comic book. It looks kind of cool, but there you go. All right, so lots of stuff to talk about, including how are you possibly wondering how to raise some money and wondering how to do so effectively. Obviously, this is a time where, I mean, virtual is in, fundraising is in, being able to, get pretty cool products and then some are always important. Well, joining us right now to take your nonprofit to the next level is tips on launching a successful fundraiser on social media. We've got coming up around the corner Elizabeth Davis, who actually is a product manager over there at Facebook, who helps build fundraising tools to help people raise money for nonprofits and personal causes. Last year, she launched a fundraising campaign that enabled people to raise over $12 million for racial justice organizations. When the pandemic actually hit, her team built a new fundraising feature that helps small businesses raise money during global lockdown. She was recognized on 2021's Forbes 30 Under 30 list in the social media category. Prior to Facebook, though, she co-founded a Y Combinator-backed startup out of her Stanford dorm room. She and her co-founders built a political activism social network called Grio to empower young people to have fun, video-based conversations about politics and culture. Now, joining her will be Nikki Lama. She's the county director at Eco Soap Bank Nepal, and Nikki is leading the team by helping communities get access to much-needed soaps with the aim to reduce preventable illnesses in children by increasing hygiene education levels in primary schools while employing financially marginalized women in the soap recycling process. Now, all of that happens thanks to the the combination of people over there at Facebook. Joining us right now is both Elizabeth Davis and Nikki Lama. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. Who's this?
I am Elizabeth. I am the PM on Facebook's Charitable Giving team.
Awesome.
And this is Nikki.
Thank you. Okay, good. Okay, now I got your voices. All right. So let's start with you, Nikki. Obviously, you needed to raise money. What did you need to raise money for, and how important is that?
Thank you for having me, Aaron. Let me start by telling you what EcoSoap Bank does. Basically, EcoSoap Bank in Nepal is saving lives. A basic necessity like soap is something that is not accessible to many rural communities in Nepal. And what EcoSoap Bank is doing is we're getting the soaps out there. And while in the process, we are touching upon some very important issues. Firstly, we are helping to bring down preventable diseases amongst children because we have hygiene sessions when we distribute the soap. Secondly, we are employing mothers and local women to, recycle our soaps, thereby financially empowering them. And thirdly, we're also helping the environment because we are rescuing the byproducts from manufacturing industries and soaps in this case. So this is the thing that we are doing, and Facebook has helped us so much to reach out to our potential donors and our supporters because, first of all, it's so accessible. We can upload our videos, our photos, update events, and actually show the people what we're doing at the grassroots.
Well, and I love that you can do that. I'm looking at the website right now, ecosoapbank.org. It talks about the partners and the mission, some very cool things right there. Obviously, in doing this, raising money before Facebook, I got to ask, how difficult is it normally?
Oh, wow. Yeah. In this day and age, I think it's really difficult, especially when you think about a country like Nepal and we try to raise money locally. It's really hard. But I mean, thanks to technology and social media, it's made our life so much more easier because, it's amazing when you think about it. You can actually, connect with people halfway across the globe and, talk to them and tell them about our story. And it's just amazing. I think it's so important to be intact with social media in this day and age.
Yeah, and so I got to ask over you to Elizabeth, obviously being able to get this whole project going on your end, how cool is that to be able to get nonprofits like this up and running, especially over there at Facebook and being, so pivotal at helping start to raise, I believe, how much have you guys raised over there?
Yeah, so we are super excited to say that we've raised over $5 billion on Facebook and Instagram to support these nonprofits like EcoSoap Bank and other personal causes.
Okay, so obviously the question is, how did that start for you? Obviously, you two met. You're able to help, this cool organization do what they do. But, how do we find it, first of all, on Facebook? If we are a nonprofit, I have to say EcoSoap Bank does some pretty cool stuff. I'm looking at the video now. But, let's say there's another nonprofit that needs help.
Yeah, so one thing EcoSoap Bank is showing just how the power of social connection has fundamentally changed how people give. And so after the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, there was a shift with social media. And so we actually have over 1 million nonprofits that are already onboarded onto our platform. You can go on facebook.com/fundraisers to see a lot of the different nonprofits that are being supported. And so if you want to be a nonprofit that comes to the platform, once you're onboarded, 100% of what you're raising through Facebook will actually go directly to your organization when raised from creators and donors.
Good. That's pretty good. Okay, so I got to ask, what are some tips, and maybe either one of you can share the tips, because I know not all fundraisers are created equal. There's a lot of work that goes into raising the money. Oftentimes, it's a lot of work behind the scenes, preparing for it. What are some suggestions you have there, either one of you?
Yeah, so to create a successful fundraiser, I have a few main tips. The first one is to really share why you're passionate about the cause and explain why you're personally resonating with the mission or the nonprofit that you're supporting. And that'll really just help more of your friends and families want to be involved as well. The second is to really make it clear how your funds are being used so that you can drive that clear action where people understand that they donate $20, that's going to have like an effect for example, helping like one cat be adopted from a shelter or something like that. And so just really making sure that you share that clear impact will really help people give more and like be excited about it. Third is to make it visual and just really make sure you're using engaging content, whether it's videos or photos, so that you're capturing people's attention as they're scrolling through their feeds and they want to like learn more about your campaign. And finally is to really just like make sure you thank people so they know that their money actually made a difference. And so it's a small start like that that can cause this ripple effect of kindness where one person's $25 donation can turn into $5 billion. And one person getting their friends to donate can turn into 85 million people getting involved on Facebook.
Okay, let's go back to your organization over there. And, I'm looking at some of the fundraising cool stuff out there, and everybody's got something, to raise money for if it's a true nonprofit. So back to your nonprofit over there, over at EcoSoap Bank. I got to imagine the lives that were able to be, because sometimes people forget about, they know the money's there. How many different ways were you able to impact your business there as a nonprofit to be able to impact the lives that you help?
Yeah, so Aaron, the money that we've raised through Facebook goes into various places. First of all, we are able to fund ourselves to go out into the rural communities. It's quite far away from Kathmandu Valley, so there's a lot of travel. We need labor and resources to actually reach to places where there aren't even roads. So we've used funds to have an impact on that area. Secondly, we are employing local women. So we're making sure that each woman that is employed with us has a job at the end of the day and is paid a monthly or a daily fees for the work that she's doing. And thirdly, of course, we are reaching out to local partners because it's so important to communicate and collaborate at this point. If I can give you a small example, I had gone to a village one day with my team and, we distributed our soap, did hygiene education, and then somebody came up and said, madam, you gave us the soap, but there's no water. How are we supposed to use it? So we use our funds also to reach out to other wash programs or programs that are working with water, for example, and we partner with them. And then, we have a bigger impact. So yeah, that's all in all of what impact, a small contribution can create.
Well, I'm so glad to have both of you on today's show. Nikki Lama, thank you for doing all that you're doing over there and creating a lot of change. Elizabeth, thank you for being part of a cool team that actually help many fundraisers and nonprofits alike, because we all need a lot of help during now.
Thank you so much for having us as well.
All right. Absolutely. Okay, so go check it out. It's facebook.com fundraisers. And you can go ahead and find out all the easy ways to be able to get it. It's pretty cool. I know a lot of people that I've talked to in the past, I used to say, just, get your name registered, make sure that you have the proper documentation, get it ready, and then go and fundraise on there. You could do it using a quick little 30-minute video, get why it's necessary, get the social thing out there, make sure that people understand what they're donating to. I've seen a lot of nonprofits do this. It takes, of course, time, effort, and preparation. But if done well, if you looked at some of the ones that I'm looking at, I mean, I'm seeing ones here raised over $1 million on one of them, 100,000 on another one, or maybe I misread it, 250,000. Here's one for the CHOC Children's Follies Foundation, $211,000 raised of 150,000. Only 14 people donated, but that's a lot of money to donate. So there you go, 100% of the proceeds. How cool is that? So if you and or your friend knows or needs a fundraising capability to be done in this way, go to Facebook and you'll find out all the information. Okay, we got to take a quick break. We'll be right back with more right after these messages. Stay tuned.
Tried shipping a package lately? It's amazing how difficult and time-consuming it can be. Packing, envelopes, boxes, second-day ground, next-day air, it's all enough to give you a headache. Next time, do yourself a favor, go with the pros at the UPS store in Beaumont. They'll pack it right and let you know all your shipping options. You can also take care of everyday tasks like copies, faxing, notary services, and live scan fingerprinting. And while you're there, pay your Edison, gas company, and Verizon bills. Open extended hours Monday through Saturday. The UPS store in Beaumont, located in the Oak Valley Plaza at 1440 Beaumont Avenue. Call 951-769-5956. That's 951-769-5956. Online at the upsstorelocal.com/5027 or Google 5027.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state? Did you miss sending out a prior year tax return? The IRS is out to collect now more than ever, and they'll use any means necessary. They legally can and will garnish your wages, take your money, and even seize your property. If you're behind on your taxes, call the Tax Relief Hotline right now at 951-224-9000. That's 951-224-9000. 951-224-9000. You can legally get your tax debt under control, and in many cases, get the breathing room you need. Garnished wages, property seizures, bank levies can stop immediately, but you have to call. Many of our specialists are IRS enrolled agents. They know the system and how to make it work for you. Don't wait for the IRS to come down on you. Act now so you can get your tax debt under control. Call the Riverside office today for free info at 951-224-9000. That's 951-224-9000. 951-224-9000.
My mom is a breast cancer survivor. The United Breast Cancer Foundation saved her life. Their free breast cancer exam caught the cancer early, and that saved her life. But now the foundation needs your help so they can continue offering free or low-cost breast screening exams, saving more women's lives. Help them by donating your car, whether it's running or not. They'll provide fast, free 24-hour pickup, and you receive a charitable tax deduction, plus the great feeling you'll get knowing your donated car is going to help save more lives. Just call 800-781-0965 to set the wheels in motion. They take cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs, running or not. Call 800-781-0965. The United Breast Cancer Foundation needs your help, and your donation could literally save women's lives, helping them catch breast cancer early, like they did with my mom. Donate today. 800-781-0965. That's 800-781-0965.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. That's a good way to start off our day, right? Of course, thinking of how you can raise money in the event that you need to, especially if you have a nonprofit. It's difficult already raising money in person and or online. You have to have the tools ready to go at a moment's notice. And you can do so using Facebook's fundraising tool right there. It's very cool, very simple, very easy to set up. And you can take advantage of that very cool stuff. I think some of the things that she talked about are very important. Again, making sure that it is personal. Storytelling is a great way to show, what it is you're doing for your organization. People engage with fundraisers that share an authentic, personal, and emotional connection. You got to drive the action, explain what it means, how much every dollar goes, and how it helps make an impact. Make it visual. Make sure that you maybe have images of how the funds are being used, how they affect real change that way. Because I don't know about you, Jesse, but do you ever get hit up by, people and their own fundraisers, and you're like, but do I know if you're real? Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. I get that all the time. Everyone's asking for fundraisers for this or that. And it's just like, how do I know you're real? Because honestly, I hear tons of stories about just people scamming other people.
Yeah.
And it's disheartening. It's just like, how do I know it's going to go to the real thing and not some dude in their basement just like trying to manipulate everybody?
It's funny you say that. Somebody pretended to be somebody online. No, they did, and then they called up my Google Voice, and I picked it up, and it was completely the opposite. And I said, you know what, you have fun doing you. I mean, it was just like, wow. So he pretended to be an actress that I happened to know, and I was like, that's not you. But there you go. So there are people fishing people's information, acting like other people. It's ridiculous. So don't fall prey to it. There you go. It is ridiculous. Okay. Let's go into other news. But first, let's go to our social media chat room. Let's see who's chatting it up over there. Let's see. We got Maria over there. Let's see. We appreciate you, Maria. Diana Carbajal, thank you. Eugenia Kirsten, thank you. Katia Wunderland from Switzerland. Stephanie Reed says, got my new phone paid off from yesterday. Now just have to fix a sensor in my car of a low tire light. Keeps coming on, and then get my mom's patio set for Mother's Day coming up. Can you believe it's already Mother's Day? Who knew that? That's like, are you ready? Are you ready, Jesse?
Is that an April Fool's? No, is anybody really ready for Mother's Day? I know.
You always be ready. Always be ready. So there you go. And this one, Maria says this app does it all for me. I think it's in Canada. I set it to donate my profits to charity and a tax-free account, mocha.ai./en. Who knew that existed? That's pretty cool. All right. In other news, coronavirus is still here. What? No, tell me it isn't so. I've had so many statements. I had one person say, I'm not afraid of coronavirus. Neither should you be. However, you got to throw caution never to the wind. CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky says she feels a sense of, quote, impending doom about another surge in COVID-19 cases as infections increased 10%, and President Joe Biden called for a return of mask mandates. Walensky said at a White House briefing, quote, I'm going to reflect on the recurrent feeling I have of impending doom. We have so much to look forward to, so much promise and potential where we are, so much reason for hope. But right now, I'm scared. Why is she scared? Well, I'll share with you why. She repeatedly warned the country would face another avoidable surge in COVID-19 cases if Americans didn't keep wearing masks, avoid travel, and continue social distancing until more of the population is vaccinated. Biden echoed her warning. Biden said at an event announcing more vaccine eligibility, said, I'm reiterating my call for every governor, mayor, and local leader to maintain and reinstate the mask mandate. Please, this is not politics. Reinstate the mandate if you let it down, and businesses should require masks as well. The failure to take this virus seriously, precisely what got us in this mess in the first place, risks more cases and more deaths. We're in the life and death race for the virus that is spreading quickly, with cases rising again. New variants are spreading. Very important. New variants are spreading. Sadly, some of the reckless behavior we've seen on television over the past few weeks means that more new cases are to come in the weeks ahead. He said he thought some states should pause the reopening efforts. Walensky said the CDC is now seeing the number of new COVID cases and people hospitalized with the disease increase, which she attributed to increased travel in recent weeks, lifting restrictions, and more relaxed behavior. The 7-day average of cases is slightly below 60,000 cases a day, which is a 10% increase over the previous period. Hospitalizations and deaths have increased. Walensky said the CDC is investigating outbreaks at a local level in individual states. The largest increases Michigan, Connecticut, North Dakota, New York, Iowa, and Vermont. The latest statement on that is, I think we're seeing many of these states are opening up at levels that we wouldn't not necessarily recommend. I'm working with the governors. I will be speaking with them tomorrow to try and buckle down on trying to refrain from opening up too fast. Again, these are the states that tend to relax much quicker in other areas than others. So again, this is a situation, as I said, I think a couple weeks back, we have to be careful of this time period that we're in, because this is what happened around the same time last year. Remember that, Jesse? Again, what is being repeated again and again?
It's pretty much whenever there's like didn't we have spring break, or is spring break coming up?
The spring breakers didn't help in Florida, right?
No, it didn't.
It didn't feel like spring break. Let's just put it that way, at least here in California.
Right, I can tell you, it's just gonna happen. It is what it is. You know, whenever there's a major holiday or people go on vacation, they're just gonna toss everything to the wind and be like, "Woohoo, I'm free."
Yeah, she did say that the vaccination effort underway the end of the pandemic is within reach. She said until more Americans are vaccinated, everyone has to continue wearing masks, refrain from non-essential travel, and take steps to prevent more people from becoming sick. She warned another COVID surge along the lines of last summer or the winter would slow down efforts to vaccinate people. She said, quote, we have come such a long way. 3 historic scientific breakthrough vaccines. We're rolling them out so very fast. I'm speaking today, not necessarily as your CDC director, or not only as your CDC director, but as a wife, as a mother, as a daughter, to ask you to just please hold on for a little while longer. She said, I so badly want to be done. I know you all badly want to be done. We're just almost there, not quite yet. I'm asking you to just hold on a little longer to get vaccinated when you can, so that all those people that we all love will still be here when this pandemic ends. And so, is she being, I guess what some would say a little frantic? If you look at the numbers and you look at this time period, again, this was around the time when, remember last year, Trump had said, oh, we're going to open it up for what? Easter. It's not going to be a problem. And yet, remember, he was already warned prior to that. He's admitted to that the numbers would spike. He didn't want to cause, remember what he said? A panic. So now you've got people actually say, look, we're not spreading panic, but we're trying to say at least do what a lot of people didn't do last year. So at least we're ahead of the curve there, where the majority of people are now wearing face masks, whereas it was back and forth around this time. Remember that? And we had no vaccination. So at least we have that going for us. So if you can, do. If you can't, don't. I know for myself and my mom, we've been looking for the Johnson & Johnson. Many of the areas don't have it. And believe it or not, I think she made a call to somebody. They said, well, you can't decide which one you get. You're just going to get whichever one you're going to get. And I told my mom, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. You have a decision which one you're going to get or don't want. That's called choice. So be an advocate for yourself. I did do research, and although the Johnson & Johnson is very well sold out, it is available coming up around the corner, I believe at CVS. You just have to make an appointment and make sure that you get on the list. All right. Okay. We got to take a quick break. We'll be right back with more right after these messages. Stay tuned.
Who is the Atua Man? Can you imagine exploring spiritual consciousness through an exotic action-adventure story? The Atua Man is masterfully illuminated in this self-discovery novel by John Stevenson. Dive into the page-turning epic hero's journey, weaving together high action with spiritual revelation. Join the Atua Man and his colorful cohorts as they travel through the majestic Hawaii, the hidden mysteries of Polynesia, and the intrigue, starting with the mysterious healing that breeds chaos in London. This journey guides us through the trials of living in the material world, arriving into enlightened consciousness, perhaps glimpse into the fabric of creation. How is the Atua Man affected by the global healing ministry surrounding him? How does he navigate the complexities of love, forgiveness, life and death, wealth and power? Find out in John Stevenson's TheAtuaMan.com, Apple Books, Amazon, Barnes & Noble.
The Beljanski Foundation offers you the scientific approach to healing used successfully by Francois Mitterrand, the former president of France. The Beljanski Foundation offers you non-toxic, scientifically supported methods to regain your health. Visit the Beljanski Foundation website, www.beljanski.org. You'll be glad you did. That's www.beljanski.org. The Beljanski Foundation. The information is essential. The Beljanski Foundation. www.beljanski.org. The Beljanski Method, now in America. www.beljanski.org.
Are you a self-published author that maybe underestimated the challenges of marketing your own book? I'm Suzanne Lynn, and we help authors sell more books through video interviews and radio advertising. You see, a professional video interview is really an author's secret weapon for marketing because it makes an emotional connection with your reader that can be posted to social media, YouTube, your book's landing page and website, your Amazon author page, and even sent to media to request interviews. We guarantee that video interview will be viewed by a minimum of 3,000 people in your target audience. And let's face it, no one can sell your book better than you speaking about it yourself. Plus, we can run commercials on our nationwide network of radio stations that targets your specific reading audience. Find out more at GiveMyBookWings.com. That's GiveMyBookWings.com. Again, GiveMyBookWings.com.
Yes, it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. Many of our social media chat room are kicking it up over there. Mario says they say American is starting the fourth wave, but Canada too is starting the third wave. Diana Carbajal says spring break is in process till next week. Marius in Canada says our spring break is just coming up. And Algenia says down in Panama City this weekend, a lot of the U.S. or a lot of us on the beach didn't have their masks on, even the kids. So there you go. And then, of course, in Burton, Michigan, they have Johnson & Johnson rollouts. Stephanie says for the Johnson & Johnson vaccine is at Walgreens and Walmart, as she heard. So you might want to check that out as well. And Katya Wunderland says everything's okay in my family. We're currently at home and hope to be vaccinated soon so we could travel with our motorhome outside of Switzerland again. So that's pretty cool. Fun and exciting times. And I think that's a way to travel, right? That'd be the way I'd want to travel. Wouldn't you, Jesse?
I just want to travel in general. Put me in a box and FedEx me.
Wait, FedEx you? What does that mean? This is
the
only way to travel now, in a box?
Well, I don't know. Traveling it's expensive now.
Okay, that's true. It is. I guess it depends on what way you travel. I personally would love to have an RV and just travel however I would want to go. But there you go. So very interesting. Now, obviously, there are things that people are checking out right now. Again, a lot of people are wondering about where they're going to go if they can't afford the rent, right? The Biden administration is extending the federal moratorium on evictions of tenants who have fallen behind on rent during the coronavirus pandemic. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention moved to continue the pandemic-related protection, which had been scheduled to expire on Wednesday. The moratorium is now extended through the end of June. The ban, put in place last year, provides protection for renters out of concern that having families lose their homes and move into shelters or share crowded conditions with relatives or friends during the pandemic would spread the highly contagious virus, which has killed already 545,000 people. That's just here in the United States. It's 500,000 people. I want to reiterate that. To be eligible for the housing protection, renters must earn under $198,000 annually or less for couples filing jointly, $99,000 for single filers, demonstrate they've sought government help to pay the rent, declare they can't pay because of COVID-19 hardships, and affirm they're likely to become homeless if evicted. President Joe Biden extended the ban on housing foreclosures to June 30th to help homeowners struggling during the pandemic. Housing advocates expected the extension of the tenant eviction moratorium had been lobbying the administration, saying it was just too early in the economic recovery to let the ban lapse. John Pollock, coordinator of the National Coalition for a Civil Right to Counsel, said the moratorium is vital for ensuring there is enough time for Congress emergency rental assistance to reach the millions of renters in need who would otherwise be evicted. Pollock said current surveys show 18.4% of all tenants owe back rent. That number also reveals significant racial disparity. The percentage of Black tenants behind on their rent was 32.9%. Pollock said other housing advocates were disappointed that Biden merely extended the ban without addressing several issues that put many tenants at risk of eviction. According to Denise Matthews-Turner, she said, quote, in Massachusetts, judges have greenlighted over 1,700 evictions under the federal eviction moratorium. While it is protecting some families, it's clearly not protecting all. The extension is a good thing, but it's disappointing that the moratorium wasn't also strengthened to keep families from falling through the cracks, such as families with no-fault evictions or whose landlords won't accept rent relief. Again, that was in Massachusetts. Diane Yentl, president of the National Low-Income Housing Coalition, said she and others pushed to make the ban's protections automatic and universal. Tenants have to actively take steps to invoke the ban's protections, which can lead to exploitation of those who do not know their rights or do not understand the process. Some jurisdictions have allowed landlords to initiate the eviction process in court, which is a tactic that scared many families into leaving rather than having the eviction proceedings, even unfinished ones, on their records. Yentl said, quote, while the Biden administration is well aware of the shortcomings in the moratorium order that allows some evictions to proceed during the pandemic, the CDC director did not correct them. The CDC simply extended President Trump's original order, leaving the loopholes and flaws in place, which is a disappointing decision that will result in more harmful evictions during the pandemic. Look, at the end of the day, you got to wonder what's going to happen with the rest of the country. And I guarantee those numbers are either significantly higher, but are not being reported on just yet, because then that would create economic panic. However, something that we've talked about in past months is there needs to be something done at the government level that allows for people to be able look at the end of the day, when there was almost the meltdown of the automotive sector, were the automotive sector saved? Yes. Yeah. Big bailout. So we're just asking for that for us all to be able to do that together. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm incorrect on that. But I know of people that are banding together, are living many in one little apartment. I've seen that. As many as 12 in some areas, and it just takes one person to get coronavirus, and then other people have to face it, the heartache of that. There's big families, there's small families. I read this one, and this was sad, and I just want to share this. This was in Texas. A mother of 5 who had been in a medically induced coma fighting for her life. She died. According to an update published on her GoFundMe account, 33-year-old Victoria Gallardo of Cyprus died on March 16th. She leaves behind her husband, Armando, and 5 young children. The update said, "Please understand she fought this battle to her very last breath. Even though many family, friends, and others prayed for her recovery, we recognize that she is now healed, just not in the manner we expected." Houston's KTRK TV reported on Victoria's battle with coronavirus earlier this month. Her husband said they took the virus seriously. They wore masks, practiced social distancing, but their 9-year-old daughter caught the virus after showing symptoms. Where at, Jesse?
Amusement park.
One day at school.
Oh, go. Okay. I was wrong.
This is the type of stuff we've talked about, right? Like, people forget it just takes one, right? One day at school. And here's the fundraiser that already has raised $54,842. This was something that was there for the family, but 64 people donated, and they have all the information right there. All very true. Was actually published again publicly. But those are the kids that she leaves behind. Okay, and is it the 9-year-old's fault? No. And I sure hope that family again deals with this in the way as best as possible. The reality, though, is it just takes one to get sick, and then the numbers just are that way. The family of 7 got sick. The newborn daughter, she was just 11 days old. She developed a high fever, didn't want to eat, sleeping a lot. Armando, the father, said, "We became so worried we didn't think she was going to make it at all. But as he and the kids got better, he said Victoria got worse." Armando said at the time she has no health issues, no underlying condition, in the ICU, has been in critical condition. Armando is now left with the couple's 5 young children. Friends and family are hoping the GoFundMe account will still help raise money for the family. Victoria was a military veteran, according to friends. And if you're interested in donating, you can visit the GoFundMe right there for the ability to help out right there. So just search it, GoFundMe, and then Victory for Victoria. And there you go. Again, a very sad, difficult thing to have to face. Euphemia says, "This is so heartbreaking. It's not about fear, but about truly exercising the protocols put in place for everyone's protection." And somebody actually did comment on my social media when I posted it. Adam J said, "So sad. We all went to high school together." So he knows the family personally. Very young family. And again, that family just shattered through such a difficult time. Again, each and every life, I don't care about the biggest numbers that you have there. It just takes one family to be impacted like this forever. And sadly, to be that young at 33, again, take this seriously, people. I've had 3 different discussions in the last 3 weeks of people that go, no, don't worry about it. I don't believe it's real. All right, get outside of your bubble. We'll be right back with more right after these messages. Stay tuned.
Your health truly is the greatest gift. At U-Theory, quality of life is at the heart of every product we make. From farm to shelf, we travel the world to source the purest, most efficacious, and clinically studied ingredients to create science-backed supplements that support beauty, emotional, digestive, and physical well-being. All U-Theory products are manufactured at our Southern California facility, ensuring the highest quality standards every step of the way. As a family-owned company, we celebrate the power of human potential with a mission to inspire wellness in all. Try U-Theory Immune Plus Daily Wellness. 100% daily values of vitamin C, D3, and zinc. Go beyond the you of today and catch the you of tomorrow. U-Theory.
For generations, alligators have weathered nature, biological threats, and predators. How do they do this? The answer is in their uncanny DNA. Alligators have one of the strongest immune systems in the animal kingdom. Their fat cells contain the essential oils needed to fight off deadly infection and rejuvenate skin. How can you benefit from the alligator's amazing rejuvenating powers? Cayman oil. Cayman oil is the revitalizing and healing power of the alligator in a bottle. Cayman oil is carefully purified and refined with an added hint of vitamin E and lavender to better harness the alligator's ability to heal worn and damaged skin. Treat dry skin, infections, cuts, burns, scarring, eczema, rashes, muscle and joint pain, and more. Even athlete's foot. It's clinically proven to kill the flesh-eating bacteria MRSA. This really works. We guarantee it or your money back. Go to mycayman.com. mycaimon.com. That's mycayman.com.
We're in the studio with Fred Penny, managing attorney with Penny and Associates Injury Lawyers. Fred, tell us what makes you the number one choice for handling personal injury cases.
Most of our firm is made up of former insurance company trial lawyers with extensive experience handling all types of personal injury matters. We believe that gives us a distinct advantage.
That's Penny and Associates Injury Lawyers with locations throughout California. For a free consultation, go to pennyandassociates.com or call 1-800-616-4LAW. That's 1-800-616-4LAW.
For all you truck and RV enthusiasts, TruckWorks right here in Banning is your one-stop shop for the best diesel performance and overall truck and RV needs. Whether you're towing, racing, off-road, or just cruising around town, TruckWorks specializes in truck and RV service, maintenance, repair, and performance upgrades for every light and medium-duty truck manufacturer. Bring it down to Terry and the guys at TruckWorks. Call 951-922-4776 or visit their website at mydieseldown.com today.
Well, today I guess it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio KMET 1490 AM. We appreciate each and every one of our social media comments over there. Let's see. Rosalie says, taking a trip to Pismo tomorrow. That's as far as mine travels go. Very awesome. Let's see. And Algenia says, yes, that will help a lot of minorities from being homeless. 5 stars to Mr. Biden. And let's see. Rosalie says, poor family, so sad. I hope that little girl doesn't grow up blaming herself. I'm not sending my boys back to school. They're opening up after spring break. Fortunately, they're giving us a choice. And again, I think a choice is important to be able to give. I know look, at the end of the day, it's not easy either way you slice it, because of course you've got kids that are learning, at a slower rate. They're not learning at the advanced level that they probably should be. You've got people, out of work. You got people that are trying to get back to work. You got all kinds of different opportunities. Because you need new types of new types of businesses being able to take everything to the next level. So there you go. But the question of the day is, does underwear have a shelf life? What would you say, Jesse?
Wait, underwear has a shelf life? Does it?
Yeah, according to one article here, the answer is yes. A viral TikTok video suggests people should trash their undergarments every 6 to 9 months. In the video posted by TikTok user Kitty Chemist, a woman dances while a caption box reads, how often should you throw out underwear? 6 months, once a year? Her answer, 6 to 9 months. Did you know that?
No. I guess that's a good slogan for the underwear company, right?
What kind of soap does she not use is what I got a question on. But according to this, she explained in another text box, not all bacteria, pathogens, and fibers can be removed during washing. What? Many commenters didn't buy it, right? Don't do this, wasteful, bad for the environment. Somebody said, I still have underwear I got in 8th grade and I'm 22. I cannot afford that. To the last message, Kitty Chemist replied, Unseen mold and bacteria will grow. Kitty Chemist did not immediately reply to Yahoo Life's request for comment, which this was seen on. But she explained in her footage, for the longest time, I did not know that at all until I had to find out for myself. 5 years ago, she got recurring infections for which she saw a gynecologist who inquired about the material of her underwear. According to Kitty Chemist, the cotton strip on her lace underwear carried traces of vaginal bacteria, and the texture irritated her skin. In another video, Kitty Chemist responded to comments that her claims were untrue, pointing to a 2019 article published in Essence, Never Keep Panties for More Than 6 to 9 Months. That's according to Dr. Tasha Rogers. Maybe there's something to this. An Atlanta-based OBGYN wrote in the article, there is a reason that there are $5 ladies, that's according to Dr. Tasha Rogers. They are not meant to be held as family heirlooms. What does that mean? What are $5 ladies? I'm afraid to ask. Do you have any idea, Jesse?
No, I'm going to step out of this little conversation because you're stepping into women's underwear. I don't know anything about it. So it's all you.
Well, hold on. $5 fashions. I'm looking at this. Name brand clothes for women at affordable. No, that's not it. It must be a thing. $5 panties. Okay. I'm trying to help people out. Let's see. According to this, a doctor, look, you can't blame me for this. There's a reason that there are $5 ladies. They are not meant to be held as family heirlooms. Buy 4 or 5 new undies every 6 months and simultaneously toss out 4 or 5 old ones. I don't know. I'm just reading the article. Rogers explained, your panties are the most intimately engaging garment that you'll wear as a woman. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Discharge. Mm-hmm. It's not always malodorous or infected. It can be normal. With that being said, your panties are the receptors of all. So there you go. You remove your panties at the end of the day, toss them in the wash, which is typically done every week or so until laundry day. The discharge is soaked until well, this gets pretty graphic. So you don't want the layer of bacteria as yeast and mold. Mold, yeah, that's a very common thing. Men, you don't have to worry about that as much. Unfortunately, conventional detergents are not designed specifically to remove these particular pathogens and mold. Are you kidding me? What? Jennifer Mayer is a certified nurse midwife and Mayo Clinic spokesperson, says that while there may be some truth to the idea that bacteria can linger on freshly laundered underwear, tossing it within a specific time frame is not a hard and fast rule. She says, quote, any article of clothing that can be laundered thoroughly doesn't necessarily need to be discarded. Additionally, a woman's fluid is rarely harmful to her own body. Myers advises washing underwear and any other such stuff as armpit or other such areas with warm or hot soapy water after each use. It's good advice for those who participate in a 2019 survey by clothing retailer Tommy John, which found 45% of people reported wearing the same pair of underwear for 2 days or longer, and 13% wearing the same pair for a week or longer. Male participants were 2.5 times more likely than women to skip laundry day. I totally get that. I've done it so many times, but I get it. Being a lady, sometimes I think people go, it's so easy being a lady. It's not easy. There's like stuff that you got to buy for this, that, and the other. Oh my goodness. It is not easy. Right, Jesse?
No, I'm confused about like 75% of the things that they do. So for us dudes, we wear our underwear until they get holy, I'm assuming, or they don't stretch out anymore. So we're simple.
Or just turn them inside out. Okay, what? If you're in a pinch and you're like roughing it, that's what you do, okay? You obviously never like roughed it long enough. Here's some good news. Asteroid 99942 Anophis will not impact Earth for at least a century. That's according to NASA. Wait, what? A century? This is terrible. An asteroid named for the Egyptian god of chaos and darkness will not be wreaking havoc on Earth, at least for the century. So asteroid 99942 Apophis has been considered one of the most hazardous asteroids with the potential to impact Earth since the discovery in 2004. What? Scientists revised that opinion after precise analysis of the asteroid's orbit. Previous predictions noted the 1,100-foot wide asteroid might be too close for comfort in 2029, 2036, and it could have a slight chance of impacting Earth in 2068. Oh, God help us. Remember when I told you about I was watching Armageddon, the movie? I think this is one of those moments.
Oh, are we having an Armageddon?
Well, it recently passed within 10 million miles of Earth on March 5th. Who knew? During that flyby, astronomers used radar observations to get a better handle on the asteroid's orbit around the sun. Their results allowed them to rule out any risk of the impacting Earth in 2068. The previous concerns about 2029 and 2036 had already been put aside due to prediction refinements and research. Thank God we're looking at the outer space. David Farnocchia, which is a navigation engineer and researcher, said 2068 impact is not in the realm of possibility anymore. Our calculations do not show any impact risk for at least the next 100 years. Farnocchia said, with the support of recent optical observations and additional radar observations, the uncertainty in Apophis orbit has collapsed from hundreds of kilometers to just a handful of kilometers when projected to 2029. This greatly improved knowledge of the position in 2029 provides more certainty of its future motion, so we can now remove Apophis from the risk list. How big of a risk list do they have? And are we even focused? I know we're focusing on getting to Mars, but can we get focused on getting these out of the path of the Earth just in case?
Right? They should build like a giant laser type device on Mars, and that'll be like our shield.
Right? Yeah. Apophis made a recent close approach with Earth. It was 10.6 million miles away. That's according to Marina Brozovic, who is a scientist at JPL. She said, even so, we were able to acquire incredibly precise information about its distance to an accuracy of about 150 meters. Thank God. That's 490 feet. That's pretty precise. The campaign not only helped us rule out any impact risk, it also set us up for a wonderful science opportunity called Let's watch Deep Impact and Armageddon for life. All right, people, make it a great day. Whatever you do, remember life is worth living. Live it well. Be glad you're still here. Bye-bye, everyone. All right, for the rest of you there, it's true. You never know what's going on in outer space and how close we are to destruction overnight. Let's see. According to the story, I mean, it gets you a little like your heart palpitating, right? You kind of go like, whoa, we're worried about coronavirus. What about asteroids? The images seem fuzzy. The resolution is quite strong considering the asteroid was 17 million miles away, 44 times the distance between Earth and the moon at the time. If we had binoculars as powerful as this radar, we would be able to sit in LA and read a dinner menu at a restaurant in New York. That's going to Brozovic. The data from the observation will help scientists learn about the asteroid shape, rotation rate. The current belief is that Apophis is shaped like a peanut. Who knew? Even though Apophis poses no risk over the next century, it will encounter Earth's gravitational field during its flyby on April 13, 2029. Will pass within 20,000 miles of Earth's surface. Yikes. That's closer than satellites that orbit Earth and 10 times nearer than the moon. No fun. Apophis will be able to be visible in the eastern hemisphere with the naked eye. No telescope or binoculars needed, and astronomers will get their chance to study the asteroid up close. Oh, yay. According to this, Farnocchia said, when I started working with asteroids after college, Apophis was the poster child for hazardous asteroids. I can't wait to research this. There's a certain sense of satisfaction to see it removed from the risk list. Certain sense of that's called fly by. Stay over there. We're looking toward and forward to the science we might uncover during this close approach in 2029. Well, don't bring it closer, right? Okay, so there you go. Lots of stuff, of course, to be happy about. Thank God we're all here. Thank God we have research being done, right? And there you go. Let's see. What are your comments on this? Corey says, all this money we spent on NASA for this. Anyways, let's see. Victor says, good luck, future generations. There is a historical movie called Armageddon. Study closely. It's true. Sadly true. Let's see. Juan Pablo says, realistically, 100 years isn't really that far from now. I like how the story was posted, saying not in the century, but our grandkids will probably be affected. Am I the only one? Was waiting to read the part that said, but NASA officials say they will laser it away. It doesn't say that either, but you got to imagine they're thinking about it. So there you go. Look, the idea is, of course, thank God we're here, and there you go. I know sometimes I read these and they're like, ooh, flyby just happened yesterday. You're like, how close are we? Oh, about the, could have impacted Earth, but you're still here. So there you go. All right. Algenia says, ladies must keep their body clean, smelling good. If I could Google with perfume, I would. Perfume Listerine. There you go. Maria says, when duty calls, heading to Detroit for a few days. Have an awesome day, everyone. Work time. All right. Awesome. Be good. Stay good. And be careful out there. Remember, asteroids come only once in a, 100 years or so? Yikes. All right, people. Make it a great day. Whatever you do, remember, life is worth living. Enjoy it. Whatever you got with it. Bye-bye, everyone.